What's up, y'all? Good morning. Thanks for clicking on the video, first of all. Do me a favor, hit that like button, y'all. Look, in the middle of it, well, I'm about to start editing this video, and then I realized today's like the 20th. There's only 5 more days till Christmas, so Merry Christmas, y'all. Hope you have a great Christmas. Hope you get everything you want. But remember that the true meaning of Christmas is not the presents, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to let y'all know I didn't say nothing during the video about it because I wasn't exactly sure when the video was coming out. But I hope y'all have a great Christmas. Sorry, I'm having a terrible time clearing my throat this morning. But let me get back to editing this video and hope you like it. It's a bunch of randomness, but you know, that's what a lot of this is. It's a bunch of randomness. You move from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and hopefully in the end you get something done. Hope you have a great day. What's up and welcome to Let's Flood the Shop. Cause it ain't doing nothing but dadgum raining. Raining cats and dogs and cows and bulls and hope you got your hip waders on because it's getting deep out here. This is dadgum ridiculous. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. What the crap. Look, I've been putting off on starting this video today. Basically because of that gum rain, but it ain't let up. And your boy needs to get something done. I ain't trying to get behind. I did get a package today though. I ain't even opened it yet. That shows you how much I care about y'all. I did not even open the dadgum package, okay? Try not to cut myself. That big old box for really? Really? I could have done better than that. We got some shocks for the rear. Good buddy Gerald said after you lower these trucks the 4 inches or whatever in the rear, says that, what is it, 1985 Ford Ranger V6 front shocks fit perfectly. We're going to put them on. Because if y'all recall, I had to cut all of them bed bolts out. So we got some brand new ones. And I didn't even have to waller no holes out to get them in there. What about that? Did all right on that cutting. We just hope we did all right on the welding, if you know what I mean. I don't need no 2-piece, okay? I need a 1-piece truck in 1 piece, not 2 pieces. So hopefully she sticks together. But let's look at these shocks. I need to throw these shocks on, connect a couple wires up front that I told you about. I did try to adjust my rear brakes a little bit because she's a little hard to roll. Your boy kind of forgot to adjust the rears before. I'm not going to have as much time today because the rain has wasted my whole dadgum day. But hopefully we can at least get these shocks done, do a couple things under the hood, little small things. All right, just got one out right here. There's the old versus the new. What about that? Think it'll be all right? Maybe so. Let's get in here and toss them in, okay? Well, y'all, what should have been simple. Changing out these shocks. It's kicking my butt a little bit because that scared me. But it's kicking my butt a little bit. I got the tops of the shocks mounted. Then I went to the bottom to try to line up the hole to put the bolt through and everything. The eyelet hole, whatever you want to call it, on the bottom side of the shock is a decent amount smaller than the 3/8 bolt that come out factory-wise. And I have been using so many bolts out of my dadgum bolts drawer here lately that, well, I'm just I just ain't got two bolts that'll fit in there. That's a little bit smaller. That'll fit in there and be the right length and all that. So, little man's got basketball practice tonight. He gets his jersey and everything for the season. And I might just have to slide by the old Tractor Supply and pick up a couple. All right, it's the next day, and I was able to slide by the Tractor Supply last night after basketball practice and pick up them bolts that we needed. So here's what we got. There's she bolted up now. What's that? I got nap time builder sticker on there. That's what I'm talking about. Then of course we got that mounted. So our bed is fully mounted. Our shocks are done. I just measured the front right there, right in front of the rear tire. It's right at 15 inches from the ground. Then I measured up here to the ground, right behind the front tire. It was right at 15 inches. But this thing still looks higher in the front. I just don't get it. It definitely does. There's a lot more wheel gap in the front. I feel like the front needs to come down like an inch or two. So, not exactly sure how we're going to do that yet. We're not really worried about that just yet. We can worry about that later. But jump up under the hood here. Oh. Right. I've still got to hook my electric fans up. We still don't have a belt. It's hooked up. I got to hook my distributor up, put a coil in it. I have no idea what that little wire back there is for. Let's see here. Need to hook the alternator wires up. And the fusible link needs to be put on the power side of the starter there, or the starter solenoid there. So, where does this vacuum line? Is there supposed to be a vacuum line that goes from here to, is it the back of the carb? Or front of the carb? Just the carb, period. Not exactly sure. I'll have to look. All right, y'all, just to let you know I'm terrible at this. This is the next day. I told you I was going to show you some things, do some things, but I did some things, but I didn't show you nothing, okay? The reason I didn't show you nothing, because all I did was tinker around with some wires. I got the electric fans wired up and all that jazz yesterday. So, electric fans, I took a little attention to some wires up under here that was in rough shape, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what else. I've only got one more wire to run for the electric fans, and that goes to a switched 12 volt. I have not threw power to the truck yet, so I'm gonna leave that hanging over there for now until I get to the point of putting power to the truck. But I mean, it's over there in a good spot. I can just, or be able to just find me an easy one over there to tire into, okay? So, yeah, electric fans. Fusible link, got it hooked up. There was a couple more wires, I got them hooked up. I got a couple more I'm curious about. I need to do a little research. Boy, I don't know everything, okay? I don't know if y'all knew this already, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll research a little bit and I'll do a little bit. And sometimes I got to do a little bit more researching than doing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. How do you learn things? You dadgum research it. Or you just dive right in. You know, I do a little bit of both sometimes, okay? That's usually how I mess things up, though, is diving right in. I like to get a little bit of an idea sometimes. But we also got them shocks on. Threw them stickers on there. You know, that probably work twice as good now with them nighttime builder stickers on them shocks. I bet they will. pretty positive of it. But we're gonna give under the hood a break for right now. This is Thanksgiving morning, y'all, like 5 o'clock out here. I done had one cup of coffee. I've been out here singing along with Alexa, and I'm a little pumped up right now. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and run a couple brake lines that make sure we got the stuff. I mean, I already have some stuff. It's 36 degrees when I came out here this morning. A little brake line. Now, as long as I got the right fittings, we'd be in business. Them right there is probably it, to be quite honest with you. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show you how to do this first. And I did get down there and make sure that them was gonna thread in there. Like I told you, make sure you put your daggum fitting on there first, okay? Don't be like me, I'm trying to make you better. You slide on up in there. Oh, yeah, don't get awkward. This is just a little cheap setup from the Amazonian website. But, I mean, it does the job, I don't know why I'm not doing that one. See, I told you, don't be like me. You want to slide that up through her. Tighten her down a little bit. You only want that sticking through the width of your little thingamajigger there. And you want to cinch her down. Stick it in there. Get your little thingamajigger here. Well, the coatings didn't come off. Yes, I've done used this a few times, I guess. Huh? Come on now. Uh-oh, sun's coming up. It's about time for my usual sunrise picture. We'll get this and going, and then we'll worry about that. But yeah, get her on there like it right there. Can you see? Can you see? And you cinch her on down. Hopefully you got your stuff tight enough. Might not have. As first she'll go. Back her back off. Sorry, I didn't realize I was up against the truck and I was shaking you there. And you can pull that bag out and go back in there without it. Okay, got her a little flare. And that does ruffle up the outside of that a little bit. So, I mean, if you got some SOS pad or something, you can hit that real quick. Just make sure there ain't no kind of burr or anything like that on there. Look at her. She fitting up good. Now, I gotta get down there and get a rough estimate of how long she need to be. And seeing how I showed you that, I'm not gonna show you making the rest of it, okay? I'll just give you an idea of how to do it, and then I'll get down there and get me an estimate, and I'll show you when she's done. All right, it took me way longer than it should have, but mostly because for some reason I could not find my brake wrench, my brake line wrench that fit them. I have my whole kit over here, but that one wrench come up missing. I don't know, whatever. So I just found me a regular wrench and jumped to it. I looked for way too long, okay? I looked for way too long. But we got a lot less line left. Luckily I have a whole nother roll over there, but we ain't gonna need it on this, and hopefully we ain't gotta do the front, okay? Here's what we got. New line coming over around the pumpkin into the little junction there. Then a new one going over to that one. And then we got connector right there running up and to that little junction right there. So technically all of the brake lines should be connected, right? Is that right? I believe so. So I believe what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I should have some brake fluid. I'm gonna go ahead, as long as I can find it, and pour some in there and just let it start working its way in. I'm not worried about bleeding them or anything right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour some in and let it slowly start doing its own thing. There it is, right there. After I pour this in, see if I can find anything simple, quick that I can do. Before I need to go in and see if the wife needs help with anything to get ready for Thanksgiving today. I filled her up. She's slowly creeping down a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I don't end up with a bunch of puddles everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. Let's look around. Good morning, y'all. Well, look, y'all, it's like 6:30, 6:40, something like that. I've been out here for like 2 hours. It's cold as crap this morning. It was like 20, 28, 27, 28, something like that. Cold as crap. And it was really cold up in this shop. So I got 2 little plug-up heaters. You know, I've been out here cuddling with them, trying to warm my bones up. And I got layers on, y'all. I thought I came prepared. My body wasn't prepared. Apparently my mind wasn't too daggone prepared either. But yesterday we got the brake lines replaced that needed replaced. Hopefully we don't have to replace no more. We shall see. Not too worried about trying to bleed those, you know. 1, because I'm only one man right now. And 2, there's a lot of other things I need to worry about. You know, why didn't y'all tell me? I ain't never had no HEI distributor put on anything, okay? I always had her kind of old school, but I got this one. No Chinese. Hopefully not junk like some people say. We'll find that out eventually. But why didn't y'all tell me? I set a daggum coil in that bracket yesterday. Ain't nobody tell me a doggone thing. I didn't need one because, you know, apparently I was thinking about turkey yesterday morning and not thinking about common sense. But don't worry, I took her back out. I mean, she wasn't hooked up or nothing, but I took her back off, put her back in the cabinet, okay? I think most of the wires under the hood is pretty good. So maybe 1 or 2. Well, the distributor's got 2 wires coming off of it. One says battery and the other says tack. She ain't got no tack, so I ain't too worried about that one. The battery one, I need to find that distributor, or well, I guess that coil wire. I think I found it. I need to verify that's it. But if it is, then it needs to be hooked up to that battery wire on the coil there, I reckon. I've been putting it off for a while. I guess I need to get my carbide bit out and get up under there on that flex plate. I think it's the right wording. Told you, my mind ain't on here. But I had told y'all before, the starter, like it bolt holes lines up. Everything lines up except for the hole. Like I think when they made the starter, they might have made the diameter of the little lip that sits down in the hole just a hair big, because it's just a smidgen from going in. So I'm gonna take my carbide bit and hit that just a hair, and see if we can get that thing slid in there and hook up the starter. All right, y'all. Well. I couldn't find my carbide bits, so I used a flappy disc to ease that, or caress that starter opening. Got the starter on, so should be good there. Maybe, possibly. I was just rigging up some. I ran the wire or the cable from the starter up to the solenoid, hooked it up. Realized I didn't have another negative cable, for the negative side of the battery. So I went on a scrounge, looking around on vehicles, found one from the Torino outside. It was a real long. I don't know if you can see this. Trying to weld itself to the daggum battery there. I had the negative cable on, and I was touching the positive cable to it, and it sparked just a hair. And I was like, okay, is that why? Is that because I just barely touched it or what? So I kind of held it there a second. It didn't spark. Then it did just a little bit, and then something right over here flew a lot of smoke and stuff out. So I might have just fried something. Not really sure, but I might have just fried something. I'm not too positive or upbeat, hopeful on much of the wiring at all in this vehicle. I do wonder if I should just go ahead and rip it all out and put a harness in it, to be honest with you. Would I go universal? Or... oh yeah, the smell of electrical smoke is just lovely. Would I go universal, or do they actually sell one for this truck and it just, there it is. Might need to look into that, because I'm not too sure about some of this wiring. Check this right here out. They do have a daggum wire nut there, I keep dropping crap down in here. Driving me crazy. Can I get that one out? But, yeah, so it's like 8:30 in the morning. Rest of them's up. They're in the house. I'm sure they're waiting on me to eat or whatever. So I think I'm going to sit down for a minute, though, over here. Maybe look up some wiring, and also that way I can give us a couple minutes to make sure ain't nothing going to catch on fire, okay? Hopefully the fires are out. Well, I didn't have a fire, but we was close enough. Close enough for me. I hate that. So bad. But yeah, there's something hooked up wrong, or the wiring's just completely jacked somehow. Something's going on here, so lovely. I guess I could, I got some new headlights. Where's my box at? These are some little harnesses for wiring in these. It's got some what's the daggum word? Not a solenoid, is it? And a fuse. Relays. Got relays and everything. I guess that way the truck can handle lightweight, everything can handle the LEDs. And you know, I know they're not original, but they also ain't black and completely crazy looking. I mean, they'll give us a lot better light, and at the same time, at quick glance, when the lights are off, I mean, maybe they won't stand out too bad. So I might go ahead and throw these in while, you know, look how thin them things are. They're getting thinner and thinner. I might go ahead and throw these in while I'm making sure that don't catch on fire or nothing. Probably shouldn't have took that off. All right, got that off. You want to see how long your truck been sitting before you got it? Look at here. Crap's always getting up in them headlight buckets. It is ridiculous. This mug had to be sitting in some grown-up stuff, like forever. Hopefully these come loose for me. Because I'd really like to, I don't know, screws look okay. Maybe they'll work for me. I wonder if I can take my body hammer and tap some of that out. She's a little dented up. Looks like she's taken some scrapes and some beatings in her lifetime. All right, y'all. So 2 seconds later. Not really, but you know, a few seconds later. Sorry, my eyes is watering up. About to knock my daggum self out over here. I'm up against the daggum garage door. I'm this close, right? See, we close, right? I was holding the light with this hand, using my other hand to try to wiggle that 3-prong plug off. And that light just comes and hits me right in the square in the daggum nose. And apparently, I got some boo-boo now. What the crap, dude? My goodness, that thing hit my, I ain't been hit like that in a long time. Apparently I was pulling pretty hard. Anyway, stop the crying. Oh, here's what we got. She is Rust Flake City. Look at that. That is eat up. But she's pretty structural sound, and you know, I think we're just gonna rock with it. Especially after I did not deserve too much after hitting me in the daggum nose. Golly, that sucked. All right, so should I do these? Or should I just try this mess that come with the lights themselves? Let's see here. Wait a minute. That don't. Oh yeah, these are for a Jeep, by the way. I believe that's right. I might need both, actually. Let me see. Open this bag up. All right, so it looks like it was a good thing for me buying this. You got your relays. Comes down, obviously hook that up to the battery. It's got a fuse on it. Got my original headlight plug that would plug into the orange there. The black one there would plug into the new headlights, and there's me an extra ground also. And then the whole thing runs across to the other side. Wait a minute. Where's the other? Am I missing something here? I got this one. Relay. Red to the battery. the one black male connector here plugs into the vehicle lighting harness. Vehicle lighting harness. Okay. So this one would plug in, say, to the passenger headlight here. You don't need one on the other side to plug into the other one, because all of this right here does all of that. So you're not using those original wires there. Okay. And then obviously the black ones are connect to a clean chassis ground, like I was thinking. All right then. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. I thought I needed another one of them on the other side, but apparently you don't. So I guess I need to pop that other headlight out and start seeing how I want to run this mess. All right, I got this one in. Like I said, I'm gonna try to take a body hammer and get out a couple dings. But I got the wires ran back here behind the grill and everything. And they come up through this hole. Here's where I did my relays, over here real close to the battery and next to the ignition, my bad, voltage regulator. And then here's my red wire that'll come up to the battery. And our little fuse thing where these are there. And then I ran the wires across through here and coming into the back of this bucket. All I gotta do is hook this light up, put this back together, and then this one's even worse than the other side. I'm gonna try to see what I can do. I probably ain't gonna be able to do much, but I'm gonna give it a try anyways. But get this hooked back up, thrown back in, hook back up. I'll connect that red wire to my battery positive side there, and I'll throw the battery back in. We will not be able to test them though. I don't think. Right? No? No. So, you know, not trying to start no fires, or, you know, you'll be glad to know, hopefully you'll be glad to know I did not hit myself in the nose with the driver's side light. So hopefully you'll be glad to know that. If not, then shame on you, okay? So let's get this thrown in. Obviously, there's the old ones. Back up. And there's the new. I tried to bring that wire harness up some. Obviously, it drops over here closer to the headlight a little bit. Because, you know, kind of has to go in. You know, I put a zip tie right there. It ain't even around the dadgum harness. Boy, I'm a dummy. I got to get a couple more zip ties. But, you know, a lot better. Hopefully when we get this, hopefully when we get this wiring figured out, and, you know, I stop having, like, sparks and everything shoot out. Hopefully these work good for us. But I need to turn everything off, unplug my heaters, and go get ready for my little man's basketball practice. So we'll catch y'all later. All right, y'all. Well, I hate to do this, but we're going to end the video here. After all the wiring fiasco and sparks and smoke and all that, and then looking over some more of the wiring, there's a bunch up under the dash that is just bare wire straight up twisted together. And you got to think it's wiring from 1972. It's 2025. So, you know. So I've got a wiring kit on the way. It's just a universal like I used on the Jeep build and the farm truck build. That worked out fine for those builds. So I'm using it again until I run across another one that I feel like's better for the money. So I guess that's what we'll be getting into here shortly. is rewiring a whole bump side Ford. Don't that sound exciting? Not really. I hate wiring, but it does make me feel good when she has all new wires up in her, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can, this will be my third time, so hopefully, third time's a charm. I'll make it look even better than the last couple did, you know? I mean, maybe I learned a little bit from the first two. Who knows? Maybe not. But I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you hung around this long. I know it's not the most exciting videos because, you know, we did a few miscellaneous things, brake lines. Got the starter in, swapped out the headlights, new harness and everything for the headlights. Wired up the electric fans and fixed a couple other things. But, you know, sometimes you just got to back up and punt, okay? And I'm punting. I don't want to mess with these old wires no more. These things been chewed on by rats and everything else, so, you know, we'll just be a lot better off in the end. It'll just suck while doing it, so. Hope y'all hang around. Check out the next video. We'll see ya.